the Remainer elites rely on a fantasy version of recent history, which says they lost the EU referendum not because they lost the argument, but because of a wave of racism and xenophobia sweeping UK society. For these fantasists, a red and white England flag has become a symbol of this nascent fascism. They imagine that picture of a South London housing estate shown across social media, where an England flag hangs from the balcony of almost every flat, to be a symbol of white power and privilege, rather than of a marginalised traditional working-class community. Never mind that these people are expressing colour-blind support for an England squad in which 11 out of 23 players are black or of mixed ethnicity, compared to 6 England players at the 2014 World Cup. Now FIFA, the footballing arm of the Western cultural elite, has spelt out the Brexit connection in the campaign to show the red card to flag-waving fans. FIFA bosses have reportedly threatened to punish England if fans dare to break its autocratic rules on displaying insulting or political slogans in any form, or uttering insulting words or sounds. What offence were the England supporters being warned against? Singing the ditty, "We're all voting out, we're all voting out, fuck off Europe, we're all voting out," as they did at Euro 2016, changed to "We all voted out" after the referendum. At the time FIFA issued this warning, no England fans had actually been heard singing it in Russia. But the soccercrats feared that Thursday night's match against Belgium, capital, Brussels, get it, could cue an outburst of insulting words and sounds aimed at the EU. Hopefully their threats put the idea in some fans' heads and mouths. No doubt if England continue to survive in the World Cup, more politicians and public figures will try to jump on the popular bandwagon. The Sun has a petition calling on the government to fly the Three Lions flag down Whitehall. But few would be fooled by such gestures. We know what they really think of us by now. Even before the Brexit vote, Labour's Shadow Foreign Secretary, Emily Thornberry, a key left-wing ally of Jeremy Corbyn, was infamously sacked by former Labour leader Ed Miliband for tweeting her contempt for an Essex white van man flying an England flag. When Thornberry went for lunch with the Westminster press corps this week, they draped the entire room in red and white. 1-0 to the Free Press. These pearl-despising politicians even make Tony "New Football" Blair almost look like a man of the people by comparison. Even in the past, some of us on the left never saw a contradiction between opposing Britain's imperialistic adventures abroad and supporting the England football team. Today many of those supporting the England flag look like the real British radicals, leave voters responsible for the biggest democratic revolt against the establishment in our modern political history. We might even recall that the old saying, "Patriotism is the last refuge of a scoundrel," was coined in another age by the Tory Samuel Johnson, to decry self-styled patriots such as the English revolutionary Thomas Paine. Today, in a penalty shootout between democracy and sovereignty-despising Remainers and revolting flag-waving Leavers, I know which side I'm on. Mick Hume is Spike's editor-at-large. His latest book, Revolting: How the Establishment is Undermining Democracy, and What They're Afraid of, is published by William Collins. Buy it here. Picture by Getty. For permission to republish spiked articles, please contact Viv Regan.